You are listening to an original message from the reader currently known as Jason Ashanti McDaniel of Madame Jason's Tarot. Dear spirit guides of the highest benevolence, only those that are able to help out with the reading, please help out. And then when you are done, you're not earthbound. You could go back to doing whatever source appoints you to do. Please help me deliver the most clear, concise, synchronistic, and accurate messages for Gemini as far as the present and future fire horse energy goes. Please bless those that bless me, curse those that curse me. To anybody sending me or the Gemini tribe negative energy, may that energy be returned to sender 3 times fold immediately. Amen, Ashe, and thank you very much. So I have been missing in action for the first 6 months of this year, but as you can see, I'm doing a reboot on the channel. We're gonna start by catching up on the fire horse energy, which is why this is present, what's already happened, and the rest of the year. And I'm doing 15, 30, and 60-minute videos because when I have a professional website to be open to personal phone readings or pre-recorded readings, those are going to be the prices and the time slots. $15 for 15 minutes, $30 for 30 minutes, $60 for an hour / 60 minutes. And that's without Reiki or any other services. At the bottom of Sacred Symbols and Oracles, we have grounded here. That's the energy that I'm trying to be in right now. We have healer, knowledge, lucky, and full moon. So the first two, healer and knowledge, what I feel with that, what I'm already hearing, because I'm clairaudient and clairsentient, like I'm feeling the energy, you have a special type of knowledge that is not found all of the time. So a lot of people that watch me, they also have spiritual gifts, whether they tap into them or not. So I'm not surprised with that. You could also be a light worker or a chosen one, something like that. Some of you could work in education, but also Gemini is an air sign. So intellect is the thing with air signs. But there's some knowledge that you have, some skill that you have. It could even be your age, like maybe you're around people who you're younger all the time, but people feel like they can look up to you for knowledge. And with healer here, you're an empath, you're sweet, you make people feel better. Someone can have like a social worker, paraprofessional job too. You talk to groups of people that other people wouldn't deal with, and you have a way of making people feel very special. And with lucky, that's obviously it's already giving you a lot of good karma, and you'll see more of that come out more, especially monetary wise. But the full moon, usually when that shows up, it lets me know that there's something that has to be released. But full moons also represent illumination and culmination, which has to go with realization and intellect too. So I don't know. I feel like some of you may not know it, but you could have said something to someone that saved their life recently. And I think this is coming out in the reading because, like, they're going to tell everybody that they know about this. You could, it could even be something as simple as you walked up to a stranger and you told them that they were attractive and they were going to commit suicide or something like that. So when I was doing the prerequisite course, the soft skills course with Futuro before I got my phlebotomy certification, my instructor for the Zoom meetings was telling me about this story where there's this guy who felt like nobody cared about him. He was going to commit suicide. He walked across a bridge and he was like, if nobody says hi to me by the time I go across the bridge, then I'm ending my life. I just saw 444 on the timer. Turns out by the time he went to the end of the bridge, when he thought all hope was lost, a little girl with a pink balloon started chatting it up with him. She said, "Hi, that's my favorite color, pink." And the little girl showed him more kindness than most of the adults that he was around. So I'm kind of getting something like that. This is a spiritual channel, but I'm also picturing someone, maybe you do identify as Christian, but you're also into esoteric things, but it's like the energy of someone walking up to someone and ministering to them. And you could just feel like you had to say something. You probably saved this person's life. And if you have a business or something like that, I feel like someone wants to put you in Six of Wands energy, like they want to reward you. They swear up and down that you saved their life. So I can't wait to get more into that. And also, if you have like a matrix job and you're not a business owner, you're not interested in that, I also feel like someone's going to get a promotion. I'm not really talking about their pay, their salary going up, but I'm saying like you could go from like cashier to assistant manager or something like that. Okay, I'm gonna stop here with physical features because I usually like to get 7 or 8 from this deck. At the bottom of the deck, we have glasses. And I do say that this card gives me Page of Swords energy, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Very intelligent and curious, but also very opinionated too. So we have Middle Eastern, Black/African American with black hair. This could be your energy or anyone else whose energy comes out in the reading. There's a synchronicity with someone who might be Muslim, or you grew up Muslim, you come from an Arab family. Someone could have green eyes. We have coily hair, and we have thin lips. This is big energy though. I wasn't expecting this. Like, I always expect the best for my collective, but something about this reading is hitting different. Now I'm seeing like the person who you helped, they could be going on like a TED talk or a podcast, but they're going to basically, if you have a business, or this could just be good for your reputation in general, because someone is really going to put you on to a lot of people, or put a lot of people on to whatever you're doing. You're getting ready to shine. And some of you could have Capricorn placements. The reason why I say that is because Capricorn rules 10th house in astrology, which has to do with career, public life, reputation. And I feel like that's the area of your life that's really about to rocket right now. I think I should just go ahead and get 2 N's, and then well, we have 2 X's. But I'll go ahead and get 2 X's too, because I see Xerox in here now, so someone can have an office job. Someone could be like a secretary. Someone could be from the Bronx. Why is acid sticking out to me? Maybe some of you are going to minister to a person who's addicted to drugs, and you could save their life. Someone who identifies as aromantic or asexual could be relevant, because I see ace in the tiles. LGBTQIA is in here. Replaced is in the tiles. Replaced. Um, it could also be kind of like a Haman and Mordecai situation, if you're familiar with that biblical story in the book of Esther of an enemy becoming your footstool. Basically, someone could be trying to ruin your reputation, and not only are you still going to thrive, but you could end up taking their position as well. I see reptile in the tiles too, so someone can have like a pet lizard or a pet snake, but I'm also getting something else with that, but I'm not going to get into conspiracy theories. Someone's name could be Chloe. Fixed sign energy. I see fixed in the tiles. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. We might end up seeing the world or the Wheel of Fortune because it has all the fixed signs in there. I feel like there's a lot of stuff in here. I'm just going to say anything that I see in here. I see hex, so someone could be trying to jinx you or send you negative energy. Feud. I definitely feel like or this could be like a one-sided beef. Someone could really not like you, but there's no real reason. Someone's name could be Lonnie, Gracie. Riptide. So the name Vince or Vance comes out in the tiles too, but I have been channeling the song Riptide by Vance Joy recently, so I don't, it's kind of an older song, like mid 2000s. Maybe you have that on your music player, or maybe there's some message in that song, or maybe you're gonna hear it and that could be a confirmation, or you've heard it recently at the store. Face is getting my attention too. Once I saw face, I was trying to see if Facebook was in the tiles, but there's something about a person's face that is significant. I'm getting a lot of different things with that. Someone could be very good at wearing makeup, and you know how it is when you're good at doing makeup and then people try to say that you put too much on because they don't know how to do it, or they're trying to say that you're not attractive without it. But also there's something about someone being fake, because I just see a person wearing a mask and then the mask is coming off. So when you shine, you're probably going to irritate other people's demons. And then I did just reset my tarot cards, so we should be getting some fresh combinations now. So I pretty much have a clear idea of what this reading is talking about, but I want to see in what area, or what is it specifically that you have been doing, or what are you going to do that is going to bring in all this abundance and good reputation and all that kind of stuff for you. Okay, I don't know how to spell larynx, but I see larynx in the tiles. So, throat chakra, someone could be having throat issues. If this has to do with someone sending you negative energy, maybe there's something about you ministering to people and people want to cut off your communication. And like I said, air signs, they're known for their intellect, and they're known for being funny, witty, or the way how they talk to people. Air signs are typically very blunt, and I see blunt in the tiles, but that could have dual meaning. Also, the singer Michelle could be significant. One of her songs, somebody could look like Michelle. Because, you know, Michelle has that throat issue where her voice is very squeaky, but when she sings, you can't hear it because she sings through her larynx. Someone could have a Sphinx cat too, or they could like Sphinx cats. We might see the Chariot because the Chariot card has Sphinxes in it. Okay, I actually got too many cards right now. I usually like to, have them flip out 4 times and then clarify, but I have 5. Okay, this is a Fire Horse reading. We got Fire Horse energy here at the bottom of the deck. Just like Aries, so far, the Gemini people in my tribe, they are on the right track right now, which is good. We have Knight of Swords in the reverse, 7 of Wands upright, and 8 of Wands upright. So this could literally be someone trying to block good things happening for you or block your blessings. But you can also see this as Archangel Michael blocking negativity getting your way, because if you've ever seen most images of Archangel Michael, especially on candles, have him exactly like this with the sword, holding it like this. So that's good to know you're protected. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Someone could be trying to, I hear, stop your harvest. You could even be a gardener. Something about holistic living could be significant. And I don't know why I feel like getting very biblical. Maybe you grew up Christian or maybe you have Jewish ancestry. But now what I'm channeling is that parable of the sower. So for some people, I feel like they already have a small business. And for other people, I feel like they don't. But your public reputation is very significant. We have 4 of Cups upright, Cancer energy. I just see like there's someone who's very upset or they're feeling low vibrational, and I see you being this Ace of Cups, giving them something that's gonna really turn their life around, and they're gonna forever eternally be grateful for that. And we also have 6 of Cups, which could represent past energy. It could also represent fond memories of anything really, but especially when it comes to your childhood. So this might be a family member who might feel like a black sheep, who you might help as well. This is an extra card, so I'm just going to put it at the top, I guess. Knight of Swords in the reverse usually represents someone being too hasty. On the flip side, it could be someone who's lazy, but I feel like this is a person that wants to go off on you. So let's clarify Knight of Swords, because I want to see what else I can get from that. Knight of Pentacles reverse, 2 knights in the reverse. Basically, on another note, while there's a person that wants to sing your praises, there's also a person that's a hater. They don't want you to succeed in anything. This could be a person that wants what you have, but they could be lazy. And so they don't know how to get to your level, so they're going to try to bring you down a notch. And then I see Page of Cups upright. So there's positive energy with this, but this is clarifying those 2 knights in the reverse. So I don't know if this hater is going to try to be nice to you too. So you just have to have discernment. Let's get more on this Page of Cups, because Page of Cups could usually be a person that's trying to flatter you. I saw 5 of Wands wanted to come out, but it didn't. Okay, yeah. So the Page of Cups is a negative person and a positive person. But the person that you're helping, this is a person who struggled with depression. 5 of Cups is very emo energy because it's Scorpio energy. So let's clarify 7 of Wands upright and 8 of Wands upright. I feel like that combination has dual meaning too. Like I said, you could look at it as someone trying to hate on you, but you can also look at it as Archangel Michael blocking it out and returning to sender. And then I told you, I was feeling 6 of Wands energy for your career and your public reputation. 6 of Wands is out. So someone is going to be hating on you getting notoriety. This is literally like the passage in the Bible where Haman was hating on Mordecai, and then Mordecai saved the king's life, and then he was riding around in town just like this on a high horse that he deserved because of his character. Okay, I really don't have to clarify Seven of Pentacles either, because I just know that that's someone hating on, your growth. So let's clarify Six of Wands, because I want to get a little bit more specific about what it is that you are doing or what you're going to do to get this praise. Okay, this is telling me what I already know. So this kind of flew in the reverse, but I'm taking it upright because it makes more sense upright. I was looking at Queen of Cups too when I was shuffling. So basically with these two showing, the Hierophant usually represents advice, and I've already established that you are going to give somebody some life-changing advice and they're going to see you as their guru. Queen of Cups is a very sweet, nurturing energy. So someone is just going to see you as an earth angel. The Hierophant represents education, and we have knowledge. So I believe that this reading is for a person who works in school, works in the education field. Okay, let's learn about Four of Cups, because I feel like this is with acid, this could be an adult. I'm picturing them kind of being like middle age, or maybe they just look that way because they're on drugs, or they were on drugs. I'm seeing a person who has glasses, but also they kind of have like a slack jaw because of the drugs. So I don't know if that's going to resonate with you. I don't know if this person is white or Hispanic, but they kind of have literally like red skin, like reddish brown skin. But sometimes people's skin could be red. Uh, some people, I've seen them turn red when they drink a lot. So it could be something like that. They could just be a very tan white person for some of you. And I also see them being bald. Not bald like Homer Simpson bald, but just kind of like very, very low hair. So for some of you, I feel that, but I also feel like this Four of Cups is like a teenager. Someone could work at a middle school or a high school. And there's a lot of water showing here too. This person that you're going to help, they don't necessarily have to be a water sign, but for somebody, I feel like they are. Or at least there's something about their emotions that you're really connecting to. We have Two of Wands, upright, Aries energy, the should I stay or should I go mentality. Yeah, I mean, this just got really morbid, but I think the should I stay or should I go energy is about someone who is thinking about ending their life. And you said something to them that made them change that. I can relate to that, because I was kind of like that, more so from 8th grade up until 8th to 10th grade. I was very much in that energy, but I did have a lot of really good teachers. When I felt like nobody else cared, I really connected with the teacher, and it goes the other way around too. I've had a couple after school program jobs, or just being an empath when I was in school. I would always feel sorry for the teachers that were disrespected or were made fun of, because those were the teachers where I could tell that they felt like the whole class was knuckleheads, but they still did their job. But they would connect with me too because I appreciated them. So I feel like that's a very beautiful lesson. It's kind of giving me Tuesdays with Maury's vibes. I've never read that book, but it's kind of like about a student and a professor that bond in a way that isn't perverted. And I have to say that because a lot of people romanticize stuff like that, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Hierophant energy, like from an educational standpoint, Who knows, this person, they might even want to be a teacher themselves one day. Because I mentioned Tuesdays with Maury, you could be an English teacher too, maybe geography with the world. And I think that came out in one of the Aries videos that I did too. So you could have Aries placements. But I'm just going to get a little bit more tarot and then end with some other things because we're at 25 minutes right now. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. That's talking about this lazy person that's hating on you. So let's get a little bit more on them. Two of Swords in the reverse. This is just, I mean, the cards are kind of being repetitive with this person's energy too, because there's not really much to write home about. There's just a person who's lazy. They have a victim mentality. They feel like the world is out to get them. They don't want to do as much work as you do, and they just, as you get praised, they feel like they're being ignored. A lot of sword energy here too. King of Swords reverse, Page of Swords upright. Interesting. Six of Swords in the reverse. Okay, I'm feeling like the hater and the person who you're encouraging are two different energies, but this could also be a dynamic where the person who you become a mentor to, maybe they didn't like you at first. There's a lot of swords here in this lineup that I just did. So there's something about the way how you communicate this person didn't like you at first. Maybe it could be because you're very blunt, especially if you're a teacher. High Priestess holding Torah scrolls. So that is synchronicity with Jewish energy, but also education energy. Maybe this is just a teenager that has, I'm mostly picking up on feminine Geminis right now. This could be a teenager that has mother wounds. Maybe they just didn't like you as their teacher in the beginning because you're telling them what to do. There's something about how you communicate they don't like. And you know, it happens. Sometimes you could think about a person like, oh, I think they're going to be bitchy, but just because they're blunt or they say everything that they feel, and then you get to know them and you realize that they have a kind side too. So I feel called to use angel numbers. I think I'm going to keep this one short. Sometimes with angel numbers, these could be numbers that are on, it could be your school's address, your room number, your office number, something about the street that you work at, your phone number as well, or it could just be angel numbers that you already see a lot, or angel numbers that you're going to see more if this hasn't already come into fruition for you. $1111, make a wish. So being that this is a fire horse reading and we're seeing 1111, it means that there's something that you've been wishing for. There is an open portal for you to receive exactly what you want. So be specific about what you want with the universe. 69. So something about Cancer energy could be significant. There is a lot of water here. We saw a Queen of Cups. 69 to me represents mutual accountability because there's mirrored numbers here. So this could be, like I said, a relationship where somebody didn't like you at first because you have authoritative roles. But maybe you're going to have a conversation with this person. You could tell it like it is with the King of Swords reverse. It doesn't have to be negative energy. But sometimes people need to be put in their place and then they'll act different once you confront them. So I think this might be a student who you had to confront, or a client who thought you were a bad guy, and then when they started to realize what you were saying and they took accountability, then how they view you is going to be different, because maybe they needed that tough love. 1144, leveling up. So 11 a.m. is usually when people eat lunch around that time. So I'm seeing these 11 showing up as every time someone checks their watch or the clock, or every time someone goes on break for work with your shift, you always see 11:11 or 11:44. And 999, release. That could be in someone's phone number, but we also have 111, manifestation. So you've been seeing a lot of ones. Okay, Gemini, that's all that I have for you for the fire horse reading. Hopefully you got something out of it. Stay tuned, because I am going to do your July horoscope. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I will see you guys later.